Dozens of rare and new species have been found in the South Rupununi during a one-month expedition mounted by a biodiversity assessment team, BAT, funded by the World Wildlife Federation, WWF, in partnership with Global Wildlife Conservation. The publication represents the most recent broad-based documentation of floral and faunal diversity in the South Rupununi area based on work undertaken in the Kusad Mountain and Parabara areas.
In general, we do not need to go out anymore in Guyana and try to find medium to large mammals. We're not expecting to discover new species as much as you will find, for example, with aquatic beetles. However, mammals do have an important role in livelihoods, and therefore we focus more on quantitative assessments to be able to inform management. So, as I said, they play an important part in livelihoods, so as a natural resource, in tourism, and not to forget in important ecosystem functions, for example in seed dispersal, among many others.
That was Dr. Evie Pamalar, who conducted research on the large mammals of the South Rupununi. Meanwhile, Dr. Brian O'Shea stated the following as it relates to bird life in the South Rupununi.
Guyana is well known for being a mostly forested country, complete with the full suite of birds that you would expect to occur in tall rainforests: toucans, parrots, macaws, harpy eagles, things like that. But one subset of the Guyana avifauna that doesn't get much recognition is the savanna avifauna that is found, in not only in the coastal savanna areas but also down in the Rupununi. And savannas provide a much different suite of habitats that you find in forests, and has a completely different set of birds.
Dr. Lim Burton, who was tasked with the researching and documentation of the small mammals in the South Rupununi, had this to say.
There are about 225 different species of mammals, but you can see that most of them, over half of them, are actually bats. Then the next group are rodents, and then after that are opossums. So actually the small mammals, and that's loosely defined as something that's less than 1 kilogram in weight. So most of the mammals are actually small species, and they make up about 80% of the species diversity that are found in mammals.
The expedition revealed that more than 28 species, 12 species of fish, 1 bat, 15 aquatic beetles, and between 10 to 25% of ant species were new to science. More than 60% of birds known in Guyana, 487 species, including the critically endangered red siskin and other enigmatic species, inhabit the South Rupununi. The team also assessed water quality of the area's wetlands, creeks and lakes, and natural resource use by local indigenous Wayway and Wapishan communities. The report highlights some of the most striking characteristics of the South Rupununi savanna region, with more focus on its diversity of habitats, which was reflected in the high species richness and ecological diversity of the fauna and flora. The researchers, who were accompanied by 7 students of the University of Guyana and numerous residents of the South Rupununi, pleaded for another shot in the area, saying that they are convinced that the area has a lot more to offer the world. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Kristen Macklingam.